In the heart of the Atlantic Ocean, a shadow looms over maritime history: the inexplicable disappearance of the USS Cyclops. Launched in 1910, the USS Cyclops was a Navy cargo ship measuring 542 feet, specifically designed for service during World War I. While it may have appeared unremarkable on the surface, this vessel would soon become the focus of one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the sea. The tale begins on March 4, 1918, when the Cyclops departed from Barbados, carrying a cargo of manganese ore and more than 300 men, including crew and passengers. The ship was set to reach the naval base in Norfolk, Virginia, in just a few days. Instead, it vanished without a trace, leaving behind a legacy of intrigue that continues to captivate historians and maritime enthusiasts alike. In the days following its departure, the USS Cyclops was reported to be on schedule, with radio communications indicating smooth sailing. However, as March 12 approached, concerns began to surface. The ship had not arrived as expected, and by March 14, the Navy initiated a search operation. Ships from various ports were dispatched to scour the ocean, yet no wreckage, no distress signals, and no sign of the Cyclops could be found. The absence of debris was especially puzzling. A vessel of its size should have left remnants in the water had it sunk. Instead, silence reigned, and the mystery deepened, raising alarms within naval circles and igniting speculation about the ship's fate. Investigators began to ponder the conditions during the ship's last voyage. Weather reports from that time reveal a turbulent atmosphere across the Atlantic. Storms had rolled through the region, leading some to speculate that the Cyclops may have encountered extreme weather, resulting in its demise. However, it's crucial to note that many ships traverse similar waters in those conditions, and the Cyclops was known for its seaworthiness. The question remains: did the weather truly precipitate its disappearance, or was there more at play? The lack of distress signals and the absence of any reported encounters with severe storms during the ship's last known position make this theory less compelling. As the search continued, the Navy's focus shifted to possible causes of the ship's fate. Some suggested that a catastrophic failure had occurred on board, perhaps an engine malfunction or structural failure due to the heavy cargo it was carrying. The Cyclops was heavily loaded with manganese ore, an essential element for steel production, and the weight may have compromised its stability. However, records indicate that the ship had been regularly maintained and had undergone thorough inspections prior to its departure, which casts doubt on the theory of structural failure. In fact, the vessel had a strong reputation for reliability, with no prior incidents reported that would suggest it was prone to such catastrophic failures. Compounding the mystery was the suggestion of foul play. In the months leading up to the Cyclops' disappearance, the United States was deeply embroiled in World War I, with submarine warfare rampant. The possibility of the Cyclops being attacked or sunk by German U-boats arose. Yet, the absence of any enemy sightings or evidence of a submarine attack creates an unresolved gap in this theory. While naval logs from that period documented numerous U-boat activities, none reported interactions with the Cyclops. This absence raises critical questions. If not an enemy attack, what could have caused a vessel of such size to vanish? The lack of evidence supporting an attack further complicates the narrative, leaving investigators to grapple with the ship's fate. The search for the Cyclops expanded beyond maritime exploration. The Navy began to investigate the ship's crew and passengers, analyzing their backgrounds for potential motives or hidden agendas. Among them was Captain George W. Worley, a seasoned mariner with a reputation for reliability. Yet, as investigators dug deeper, they uncovered a troubling aspect of his history: a prior shipwreck incident that had raised questions about his leadership. Despite this, there was no compelling evidence to suggest that Captain Worley acted irresponsibly on this voyage. Witness accounts from crew members described him as calm and collected, further adding to the enigma. If Captain Worley was indeed competent, how could a seasoned captain lead a ship into oblivion? The investigation into his leadership style revealed no significant lapses, further deepening the mystery surrounding the Cyclops. Months turned into years with no answers, and the mystery of the USS Cyclops continued to influence maritime discussions. In 1921, a naval investigation presented a series of theories ranging from mechanical failure to possible mutiny, yet none could provide a definitive explanation. Theories proliferated, including suggestions of sabotage or mutiny among the crew, but these remained speculative without solid evidence. Meanwhile, conspiracy theories blossomed, ranging from alien abduction to a cover-up orchestrated by the government. While these theories may capture the imagination, they veer far from the realm of evidence. The critical issue remains. Why did a ship with no distress signals, no sighted wreck, and no confirmed enemy engagement disappear? The enduring fascination with these theories highlights humanity's desire to find answers in the face of the unknown. The legacy of the USS Cyclops persists in how we understand maritime safety and navigation. The mystery surrounding its disappearance has prompted changes in naval protocol and safety regulations. The lessons learned from the Cyclops' fate have influenced how modern naval vessels are equipped with communication technology, ensuring that distress signals can be sent even in dire circumstances. In 1945, the Bermuda Triangle became infamous as a region where ships and planes seemed to vanish without explanation, echoing the Cyclops' fate. The area has since been the subject of extensive research and speculation, leading many to connect the vanishings to supernatural occurrences or magnetic anomalies. Yet, despite these theories, the loss of the Cyclops remains tethered to more pragmatic concerns regarding naval travel and the unpredictable nature of the sea. As we continue to dissect the events surrounding the USS Cyclops, we find ourselves confronting the unsettling unknown. What became of the ship and its crew? The search for answers has left a chasm in our understanding of maritime history, and as time passes, the likelihood of ever uncovering the truth diminishes. The implications of the Cyclops' disappearance go beyond mere curiosity. They resonate in the lessons learned in navigation, communication, and the perils that mariners still face today. The story of the USS Cyclops stands as a solemn reminder of the sea's unpredictability and the shadows that linger in its depths. It prompts us to reflect on the nature of exploration and the risks taken in pursuit of knowledge, as well as the enduring mysteries that the ocean still holds. Despite the USS Cyclops' disappearance occurring over a century ago, the investigation into its fate has continued to evolve, drawing in both historians and maritime experts. One of the most significant pieces of new evidence emerged in the early 2000s when oceanographers conducted a series of deep-sea sonar scans in the region where the Cyclops was last known to be. These investigations, including research by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, aim to identify potential shipwreck sites in the Bermuda Triangle. While no direct evidence of the Cyclops was found, the data collected provided insight into the underwater landscape of the area, revealing complex geological formations and unexpected underwater currents that could have played a role in the ship's disappearance. In addition to sonar studies, advances in archival research have unearthed previously overlooked documents. In 2019, a team from the Naval History and Heritage Command discovered a logbook from the USS Cyclops' last voyage, detailing communications with other vessels. This logbook indicated that the Cyclops was experiencing adverse weather conditions, including high winds and rough seas, shortly before it vanished. This new information has led researchers to consider the possibility that the ship may have encountered a powerful storm, which could have contributed to its tragic fate. Moreover, meteorological records from the period reveal that a significant storm system was indeed moving through the region around the time of the Cyclops' disappearance on March 4, 1918. To further understand the implications of the Cyclops' loss, we can trace the timeline of significant maritime disasters that followed. The USS Cyclops disappeared on March 4, 1918, and it wasn't long before similar tragedies occurred. In 1925, the SS Marine Sulphur Queen sank in the Gulf of Mexico under suspicious circumstances, leading to a renewed interest in maritime safety. Investigations revealed that the ship had been carrying molten sulfur, a hazardous material, which could have increased the risk of fire and explosion. This incident, along with others that occurred in the following decades, highlighted the need for stricter regulations regarding the transport of dangerous goods at sea. By the late 20th century, the maritime industry had begun to implement significant changes in response to past disasters. The International Maritime Organization, IMO, established the Safety of Life at Sea (SOLAS) Convention, which aimed to improve safety standards for vessels worldwide. The SOLAS regulations introduced new requirements for life-saving equipment, communication systems, and vessel design. The legacy of the Cyclops influenced these developments, as the maritime community sought to prevent similar losses. In the wake of the Cyclops' disappearance, theories began to proliferate regarding the Bermuda Triangle's role in maritime misfortune. The term, Bermuda Triangle, itself was popularized in the 1960s by writer Vincent Gaddis, whose book, Invisible Horizons, fueled public fascination and speculation regarding the area. Gaddis' work suggested that the region was a hotspot for supernatural phenomena, claiming that the triangle was a vortex of energy that caused vessels and aircraft to disappear. This sensational narrative, while lacking empirical evidence, captured the imagination of the public and reinforced the mystery of the Cyclops. However, scholarly investigations have attempted to debunk many of these myths. In 2013, a group of researchers published a study in the journal, Nature, that analyzed maritime accident data over a 100-year period. Their findings indicated that the frequency of shipwrecks in the Bermuda Triangle was not significantly higher than in other heavily traveled maritime regions. This research pointed to human error, navigational challenges, and environmental factors as the primary causes of maritime disasters rather than the supernatural. In a more recent analysis, a 2021 documentary series delved into the shipping routes used by vessels like the Cyclops, shedding light on the dangers posed by underwater topography and weather patterns. The series featured interviews with marine biologists and oceanographers who explained how the shifting sands and underwater canyons in the Bermuda Triangle could create treacherous conditions for even the most seasoned sailors. The program emphasized that while the Cyclops' fate may remain a mystery, understanding the geographical and meteorological factors at play can provide context for its disappearance. The disappearance of the USS Cyclops also served as a catalyst for advancements in technology that have since transformed maritime safety. The development of the Global Positioning System, GPS, in the late 20th century revolutionized navigation, allowing vessels to determine their exact position at sea with unprecedented accuracy. This technological leap has drastically reduced the likelihood of navigational errors that once contributed to maritime tragedies. Furthermore, modern ships are equipped with sophisticated radar and communication systems, enabling them to receive real-time weather updates and alerts about potential hazards. As we continue to study the legacy of the USS Cyclops, we must also consider the impact of climate change on maritime navigation. Rising sea levels and increasing storm intensity pose new challenges for vessels traversing the oceans. Experts warn that the patterns of weather and sea conditions are shifting, making it imperative for mariners to adapt to these changes. The lessons learned from the Cyclops' disappearance remain relevant today as we navigate an increasingly unpredictable maritime environment. Ultimately, the story of the USS Cyclops reflects our ongoing quest for understanding in the face of uncertainty. Each new discovery about the ship and its fate adds layers to the narrative, reminding us that while technology and knowledge have advanced, the mysteries of the sea remain. The Cyclops serves not only as a historical artifact but as a symbol of the enduring questions that challenge us in our exploration of the ocean's depths. As we approach the next chapter in this investigation, we remain committed to uncovering the truth behind one of maritime history's most enduring enigmas. In conclusion, the vanishing of the USS Cyclops is not just a tale of a ship lost at sea, but a poignant reminder of our complex relationship with the ocean and the uncertainties it holds. As we reflect on the technological advancements that have emerged in the wake of this maritime mystery, we recognize that while our tools have improved, the sea continues to challenge our understanding. The legacy of the Cyclops endures, urging us to remain vigilant and adaptable in the face of a changing climate and unpredictable conditions. Each revelation adds depth to this narrative, reinforcing the idea that the quest for knowledge is ongoing. The Cyclops stands as a symbol of both human ingenuity and the enigmatic nature of the sea, a duality that compels us to explore further. As we close this chapter, let us honor the memory of those who were aboard by fostering a spirit of inquiry and respect for the depths we seek to understand. If you found this exploration engaging and informative, we invite you to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Join us as we continue to unravel the mysteries of our world and the stories that shape our history.